Wondering if your home needs a water filter or a water softener? Well, I get questions about these two water treatment systems all the time. And in this video, I'm gonna explain the key differences between water filters versus water softeners, so you'll know exactly what your home needs and why. Depending on where you are in the country, your tap water quality can have many different issues. Whether it's funky tastes, potential health concerns, or that annoying, hard to clean buildup on your faucets and shower glass, we all want better water. And water filters and water softeners use different technology to treat different specific water quality issues. So a water filter is a device that, well, it filters contaminants out of water. Most filters use a special material to attract or trap impurities, preventing them from passing through the filter along with the water molecules. Depending on the type of filter, it might remove things that affect drinking water, like fluoride and lead, or protect your skin and hair in the shower from chlorine and its disinfection byproducts. There are all kinds of water filters out there, from simple pitcher and countertop filters to large systems that filter the water for the entire home. Now, what about water softeners? These are primarily used to tackle hard water, which has high concentrations of minerals like calcium and magnesium that cause that annoying, hard to clean white buildup around your sinks, showers, and on your coffee pot. So here's how it works. Water softeners use a process called ion exchange, and inside the system, there's a resin bed loaded with sodium ions. As hard water passes through, the calcium and magnesium ions are attracted to the resin's opposite charge, where they're swapped with the sodium ions. So now that we know what these two water treatment systems actually do, let's take a closer look at how they compare and when you might actually need one over the other. As you might have guessed, if you're dealing with hard water, you'll want a softener. Hard water is the culprit behind limescale on your appliances, dry skin and hair, stiff or faded laundry, soap scum in your bathroom, and even higher energy bills because your appliances work less efficiently. A water softener solves these issues by softening the water for your entire home. It's installed at your main water line, so every faucet and appliance gets softened water. But if your goal is to address contaminants that pose more of a health risk, like lead, fluoride, and those forever chemicals you've probably heard about, you'll need a water filter. Now, if this type of informational video is helpful for you, please do me a favor and give it a like to let me know that I should keep making more content like this. If we really want to nail down the key differences between water softeners and water filters, we need to take a closer look at the treatment technology. Water filters use a variety of technologies, but they all either capture or reject contaminants and filter them out of the water. Now, I'm not going to go through each and every one in this video because that's its own vast topic, but a few common types of water filter technology include mechanical separation, which physically traps or rejects particles based on their size, and adsorption media like granular activated carbon or carbon block, which uses a chemical process to pull impurities like chlorine and organic chemicals out of your water. Most filters follow a simple design where water flows through a media bed inside a housing, which traps impurities. Some filters connect directly to your plumbing, while others, like countertop units, require manual filling. Now, water softeners work differently. As I already quickly mentioned, they use ion exchange technology to tackle hard water and a select few other contaminants. Inside the system, there's a resin bed that exchanges hardness ions like calcium and magnesium for sodium ions. To keep this process going, softeners regenerate periodically by flushing the resin bed and reloading it with sodium. Now, you might also hear about water conditioners, which are also sometimes referred to as salt-free or saltless water softeners, which isn't technically correct because they don't actually soften the water. They don't remove hardness minerals, but instead supposedly alter their chemical structure to keep them from forming scale on surfaces. I say supposedly because currently there is no way of actually testing the efficacy of conditioners like these because they don't actually remove anything from the water. So let's take a closer look at the specific water issues that are addressed, or the contaminants targeted, by water softeners and water filters. In addition to calcium and magnesium, the minerals that make up water hardness and are responsible for limescale, water softeners can also target a few other metals, including copper, iron, manganese, and radium. By softening your water, cleaning will be easier since soap will lather better, there won't be any more hard water stains or limescale deposits, and even more importantly, your water heater will function more efficiently. Water filters, on the other hand, target a much wider range of impurities. A basic carbon filter can handle things like chlorine, funky tastes, odors, and organic contaminants like PFAS, pesticides, and disinfection byproducts, and even some heavy metals. A more comprehensive multi-stage filter, or a reverse osmosis system, can address even more impurities. Things like fluoride, a broad range of heavy metals, pharmaceuticals, radioactive contaminants, microplastics, and more. Filtering your water can, yes, make it taste more appealing, but more importantly, reduce risk of health effects associated with various contaminants. Now, here's something important to know. A water softener, unlike a water filter, isn't necessarily going to make your water any safer to drink. That's because water hardness is typically more of an aesthetic issue than a health concern. In fact, the calcium and magnesium in hard water are actually essential nutrients our bodies need. Addressing hard water problems like limescale buildup is really more about keeping your home clean and appliances running smoothly than protecting your health. And yes, hard water can cause external skin and hair irritation, so softening it will help alleviate those problems as well. Water filters, on the other hand, can address both some aesthetic as well as health-related contaminants. Sure, a carbon filter might make your water taste and smell better by removing chlorine, but it also tackles contaminants that could pose more serious health risks like lead, PFAS, and disinfection byproducts. That's why it's so important to know what specific water issues you want to address, so you can choose the right water treatment solution. And that brings me on to the next part of this video, where I'm gonna talk about what exactly to consider when choosing between a water softener versus water filter. Before you can decide whether you need a water filter, water softener, or both, you gotta know what's actually in your water. The easiest and free option is to check your local water utility's Consumer Confidence Report, or CCR. A quick Google search should bring it up, but I've also linked the EPA's CCR database in the description. This report shows what was detected in testing at the treatment plant, including contaminants that pose a health risk and sometimes other parameters like water hardness. It should also highlight if any contaminants were detected in concentrations that exceed the EPA's maximum contaminant level, since this is a legal requirement for public drinking water utilities. But here's the drawback. A lot of the time, CCRs only tell you what's happening at the treatment plant, not exactly what's coming out of your faucet. Contaminants like lead or disinfection byproducts that can form in or be imparted by your plumbing won't show up on the CCR. Plus, these reports are only updated once a year, so they might not reflect recent or seasonal fluctuations. For more accurate info about your specific tap water, you can test it yourself. Water test strips are great for quick results on a select few common contaminants and hardness levels. But if you want to get a really clear understanding of the contaminants in your water and their precise concentrations, lab testing is well worth the investment. Once you have your water quality information, you can then prioritize your approach to treatment. But before you start shopping, we need to talk about what water softeners and water filters will cost. Water softeners are not cheap and can run anywhere between $600 all the way up to $2,500, depending on size and features. Plus, you'll need to factor in the ongoing cost of replenishing salt, the extra water needed for regeneration, and electricity required for the control valve. Water filters, on the other hand, have a wider price range. A simple water filter pitcher might cost you just $20, while a high-end whole home system can set you back well over $1,000 or more. Maintenance costs can vary too, and this depends entirely on your water quality and usage. Some filters may need replacement every couple of months, while others last years or even backwash the media themselves, requiring less frequent replacement and saving you money over time. So once you know what's actually in your water and how much you're willing to spend, it's time to define your priorities. Think about how you actually use water in your home. Hate dealing with hard water stains and scaling or want to protect your appliances? Or maybe someone in your family has skin conditions exacerbated while bathing? In these cases, a water softener should be at the top of your list. More worried about what's in your drinking water that might pose a risk to your health or children's development? Then start with a filter. If you live in the US, chances are you could benefit from both. Here, about 80% of homes have hard water, and contaminants like fluoride, heavy metals, and forever chemicals are unfortunately common in tap water. Now, I hope this video gave you all the info you need to decide if you need a water filter, softener, or both, but if you have any questions, drop them in the comments and I'd be happy to help. Remember, choosing between a water softener versus a water filter isn't always an either-or decision. If you want to tackle hard water and remove contaminants affecting taste, health, and overall water quality, then using both types of systems in conjunction is really the way to go. Neither is better than the other, they just solve different problems. The key is to choose a system or combo that provides the best value and solves your unique water quality issues. Now, I've installed and tested many water filters and softeners, so stick around and watch the next video to learn about the best products according to our data-driven scoring system. Click or tap to keep watching.